Today is January 26th for us, January 27th for you, and the Yankees have had some potential targets taken away from them, and that's it.
Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD producing in the corner. We're recording this on Monday, January 26th. Snow day. You guys are in the office. Manhattan get hit at all?
Not a single drop of snow. No, it got like 10 inches.
That's a lot.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was the
Good amount of snow.
biggest snowstorm in the city, I think, since 2022, 2019, something like that.
Nice. So we're talking Yanks. Yanks haven't done anything. Since Bellinger. I mean, they got Bellinger done. But the talk was, what are they going to do next? And it was a lot of trade market. Well, that trade market is like fully flushed out. So I think we're going to talk about that today because a lot of the guys got traded and we heard some packages that were being asked. So we can talk about that as well, Jake.
James Davis, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I saw a couple people clipping it. I think our social team or even Joe's McFly. Is Joe's on a cruise still? Is that still live? Is he in the storm? We might have to call him. But yeah, it's, we talked a little bit like, hey, maybe Freddy Peralta traded to the Mets. Maybe Mackenzie Gore's out there traded to the Rangers. So they're off the table. A price tag has somewhat been established, which we can talk about that. And then, yeah, we, right before the program, we were like, oh, that whole Skubal thing that came out. So I don't know. We can digest that a little bit. There are a few other pitching names out there. A couple names that we haven't really talked about that actually piqued my interest that might be in a little bit more of the Brian Cashman school of, we haven't heard about this name at all. Could that be the Jack Curry tweet? Or, I don't know, the final 10 minutes will probably be like, I think they think this is the team, which a little daunting.
Yeah, I mean, they've straight up, like, through all the sources have said that kind of a lot of times. Like, a lot of the people are like, no, the Yankees going to get Bellinger, and then that's it.
Mike could.
Yeah, I'm interested in your trades. What was the Peralta, who's a 1-year rental? I just saw Jolly's reaction, like the live reaction, and he was saying that's a lot.
So it was Jet Williams, who's a legit prospect, top 100, top 50, short guy. So that's where the Brewers' hole in the market. They're not afraid of short king spring. And he's like Brewers baseball. Like he plays middle infield, outfield. He's good at baseball, but he's 5'7". And then Sproat is part of their they had 3 pitching prospects on the cusp last year, McLean, Tong, and Sproat. Sproat was kind of, I think, coming out of last season, last place of those 3. So Mets fans were kind of happy that they held on to McLean and Tong. But yeah, it's for 1 year, and I think you're trading a pitcher to the Brewers, which is a little scary. They also got Tobias Myers, who was really good 2 years ago and good last year, and he has years of control. So it's not exactly Freddy Peralta for 1 year, $8 million, which is amazing value. And you and I got roasted one day online for talking about the value compared to Skubal. But yeah, they got a controllable pitcher for 3 or 4 years, along with the one in their rotation for 2 pretty legitimate prospect pieces.
Is there a comp for what that would have been if the Yankees made the trade?
By pure top 100 rankings, that's Lombard and LeGrand.
Yeah.
Lombard's rated a little higher, LeGrand a little lower, but by ranking.
Yeah.
It's not, that doesn't kill me.
Yeah, maybe.
But it is just 1 year, Freddie, which is kind of just like, I don't know if that's what you do. But it is what you do. We got a short window here. But yeah,
Yeah.
that hearing it as Lombard and Lagrange, that doesn't hurt me. Like the Skubal package was like, oh, we can't do that. That makes it ruins the window.
Right. That's taking almost as much away for 1
Yeah.
year. It's time for signing season, brought to you by SeatGeek, where we keep tabs on potential moves for the Yanks this offseason.
They wanted the Skubal package. I shouldn't reference it without saying it. It was rumored, or I don't know if it was rumored or real, that they wanted Ben Rice, Schlittler, and Lombard. And like Ben Rice and Schlittler are like, they are part of this next little window. So no way I would do that for a rental.
Yeah, I think a couple things to unpack. One thing that I think we should get in front of and try to get in front of a fun way, because you and I were in lockstep, and this was some silly Talkin' Yanks group chat, but like we have tough glasses on Lombard right now, just because, well, most prospects do not work out. That's just facts. Well, we've seen from a couple recent prospects, and we'll leave it at that. And the fact that he's not like going gangbusters, like his statistics last year weren't great. And again, that's ties back to baseball and scouting, and that, it's not always about the statistics at each level, but, Lombard, I'm excited. People are excited about him. But again, like you're talking about in the window, I don't, where's George Lombard going to be in 4 years? And I don't, right now, that's none of my business. So,
he's not by my rule, he's not a prospect. He's on the farm. Like, he hasn't completed a year of Double-A.
Right.
And so again, I'm not speaking about him. I said this a couple days ago. Like, and you shouldn't be ranked until you complete a year of Double-A baseball. That's like I can't put any stock into anyone that hasn't completed Double-A.
I get the theory on that. Teams obviously can't operate that way, and that if teams can't operate that way, then like fans kind of can't either. But I get it. I get it.
Like there should be a separate top 100 list, like just the guys who have done.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean,
Top 50.
teams don't. Some teams do operate off those lists. Other teams have their own list.
Right.
Most teams have their own list.
Yes.
And like these are just kind of like fan fodder lists. So and there's like 3 different versions of lists, and they change. So the lists don't really matter much anyway. But then sometimes they do. We've heard some trades where like you need, 2 in the top. I need 2 in the top 20 or something like that.
Well, so that's where, and I know we're jumping around a little bit, and we can close the loop on some of these different conversations. Mackenzie Gore, who got traded as well, talented lefty. He was a former top prospect, kind of lost it, but was still pitching and starting pitching at a young age for a lefty. I did laugh. I was watching MLB Network. Been watching more MLB Network. Maybe you guys should be too, because the warehouse games are on there now. Go check out Blitzball. Whoops.
I think our game will be on there soon.
Sorry about it. Are they aiming for Saturdays?
Saturdays at 11, I believe.
I guess we'll promote it. I didn't tell you this. Our buddy Shane, hadn't heard from Shane Bannon in a while.
Oh, wow.
He texted, he was bowling with his family, and we were like on one of those massive like bowling place TVs. He's like, "Are you kidding me?"
That's amazing.
So that's kind of funny. One of those ripple effects you don't think about. Mackenzie Gore. So he broke out first half of last year. His first like 19 starts, 3 flat ERA. He was striking everybody out, like living up to his potential. So their new guy that's running their team, BBD, look up his name. It's funny. It's like Taboni or something like that. He came over from the Red Sox, and the guy that led the trade package was someone the Red Sox wanted in the draft, but they didn't get. So it kind of goes back to the whole concept of like the other team needs what you want to trade. That like there was a whole story. The Red Sox were enamored with this kid, Casey Fine, I think his name is. And he's like the top prospect in the trade. And then I think what's interesting to a lot of fans that pay attention close in Yankee land is that it was a 5 prospect trade, which we know the Yankees love Like, that's their lane of trade. They'd rather not give up one big guy. They'd rather just give you the smattering and see what happens, which, by the way, I might be flip-flopping on. Like, with how volatile prospects are, I don't know. Maybe you take the app sampler and just see if something clicks, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Someone posted Mackenzie Gore and Will Warren's last year stats side by side. And he's better, but they're similar. More similar than you'd think the way people talk about him. Like, Yankees fans are just so hungry for like trades that they're kind of talking people some bigger, but then talking some worse.
Yeah, I guess. So Steve Phillips said on MLB Network, which was some like awesome kind of old school baseball, his like GM mentor told him that lefties always need a little more time to develop. And I was like, that's just awesome. That's just good old school baseball. And yet, on the season, you're probably right, but like, he ran out of steam. His first half was 19 starts, a 3.02 ERA.
Yes.
And like a really high strikeout rate. His second half, 11 starts, a 6.75. So he went on the shoulder with an IL thing. He just like ran out of steam.
Could have thought he was getting traded and then didn't, and that kind of like deflated him. Like,
The sadness.
yeah, Glaber that one time.
Mm-hmm.
I think lefties, I think that saying, which people have said before, lefties take longer to develop. I think it's actually lefties get a longer chance to develop.
Interesting.
Like, I think
Kinda both,
some
yeah.
righties, if given the same leash that lefties get, might develop later.
Okay.
Just like, if you're a lefty, you stick around. Chasen Shreve, come on down.
Oh, hey.
Justin Wilson's 55 years old.
He's still getting people out.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think lefties just get more opportunities.
That makes
Longer
sense.
opportunities. Yeah, I think so. No, I'm not saying it's wrong or anything. I'm just saying I
Yeah.
think that's where it stems from.
Okay.
So I'm interested in the people. Well, two things. The Yankees did pick up 2 outfielders, and that's huge news. And we should probably talk about Luciano and Ciani, but also Caleb Bort's gone.
I know.
They DFA'd Caleb Bort.
Happened quick.
But well, let's stay on pitching. Who do you want? Who are you saying that you want to trade for?
So, like we said, Peralta and Gore, two people that seemed like options if the Yankees were trying to kind of double down, whether it's trading, I don't know, I guess Luis Heel, Warren, Ryan Weathers, and a flip, which would put him in a fun place in Talkin' Yanks lore. One of the teams that's been kind of silent this offseason is the Cincinnati Reds. Today's episode is sponsored by Hims. ED doesn't mean your love life is over. It means it's just getting started with personalized treatment options to help you take back control thanks to daily meds. Think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self. Simple, 100% online access to trusted ED treatment. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. So go check it out with Hims to get what is right for you. Simple online access, personalized affordable care, ED, and hair loss, weight loss, and more. Visit hims.com/Yanks. That's hims.com/Yanks for your free online visit. hims.com/Yanks. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. They went in on Schwarber because he's from Ohio, which is just ridiculous. Like, if you're going to be on him, like, why weren't the Reds in on Cody? I don't know if he wanted to go there. But anyways, that's none of my business. The Reds actually have some starting pitching depth. Hunter Green is this shiny object, but he has 4 years left at a very controllable number, and he's a stud. Like, that's not happening. That would make the Skubal package look like funny. Brady Singer we've talked about, and he's your kind of angsty king. That he's in a final year of a contract. He does make almost $13 million. As much as pitchers go for, he's worth that price tag. The name that would be very Brian Cashman. Nick Lodolo is a very talented lefty pitcher for them. who has some impressive numbers. He has 2 years left, so that 2-year window you're talking about with Mackenzie Gore, like that's part of the reason he got traded, and we see a lot of guys. Lodolo hasn't been mentioned at all. The price tag would be real because he does have some impressive numbers, but that would be like an impact move that, like, you know, we've done Talking Yanks all offseason. We haven't said the name once, and like what he could potentially be as a tall boy lefty pitcher is like again, this is daydreaming a little bit, but it would be the Cashman move we haven't thought about.
Package him with Tyler Stevenson.
Ooh, we trade with the Reds. Sharky.
Yeah, Trevino.
Get Trevi back.
Trevi. Flip and a flip. That again, like I think if there was a Reds fan listening to this right now, they'd be very displeased with this conversation. But okay, this is earmuffs for some Yankee fans. The Reds aren't defensively driven. That like could Dominguez have a little more appeal to them? They've been looking for hitting. That I don't know. It would be Dominguez, Legrand, and maybe something else. But again, like we just talked about, if that's something you can do, this is what we're talking about. The Red Sox, I think the Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Orioles have gotten better. And I don't know if we have. We definitely haven't for the first half of the season.
Still, yeah, we need Nitro to really take off.
What was that last part?
Someone needs to do what Goldie did in the first half.
Right.
To be the same. Although, I mean, that's a little, we did not have Bednar the whole year. Didn't have Caballero the whole year.
The post-deadline team had a good record.
I mean, you know, we came in with Williams and Weave and felt good about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Should I say, like, you know what I'm saying was kind of weird.
Schlittler, Caballero, those are probably the two ads.
You knew what I was saying. Yeah, but also like Rodon out to start the year. I don't think you can say the Yankees got better.
Yeah, no, it's a conundrum. Like I'm trying to think because I'm talking about first half Goldie.
Right. Yeah.
But like, are they better going into this season than they were going into last season? I mean, you had Cookie Carrasco and Stroman in the rotation.
Also true.
And neither of those guys worked out.
Right.
Like, I think their combined ERA was awful.
Yeah. Those are tough. Tough watches.
So and no one had a lot of faith in them going into it, even though Carrasco was hitting 94 vintage. But But now we've got, you know, even with Rodon, Cole, and Schmidt out, like, is the rotation deeper than going into last year when Stroman and Carrasco were in the rotation? Like, it might be, which is insane.
It might be, but also, like, spring training hasn't started, you know? Like,
I know. We're still going to lose someone.
Let's see.
I knocked on wood.
Yeah. Carrasco averaged fastball 91 last year, so.
Well, he pitched in the cold.
Right.
I think he pitched in that snow series in Detroit.
You've been thinking about that series a lot, huh?
Yeah, because it's not fun. Like,
Yeah.
Snow football is awesome.
Yeah.
And snow baseball in October might be cool. Snow baseball in April, it's just like, yo, start the season later.
Yeah.
Why are we playing in frigid temp? Make all of the games in the warm places.
Feels dangerous.
They had to move that game up because it was a snowstorm, and then do a double header. It's like all these games count and shit. Whatever. I mean, also Devin Williams had to get taken out in that series. That series left a mark on me.
Apparently.
Ben Rice got backpicked, falling asleep at third base in that series, and that became a bit of a problem moving forward. Showed up again in a crucial Boston series. So maybe that Detroit series,
wow,
really meant something.
Sure has, you know?
Beebs, if you can pull up that series, maybe I'll get a write up of that series to see what else happened in it.
Get the
Is it an
write up.
amalgamation? Remember when you dropped that
Amalgamation.
word perfectly?
Not really.
All right, so tell us about these two outfielders. One's a lefty, one's righty. They're both Italian names. You're hot on which one?
Yeah, and we talked about this. Ciani and Luciano. Luciano was a former prospect. They all are, right? I don't know. Ciani, I'll be honest with the people. I'll put my hand up. Didn't know. I knew Ort was out. I didn't know for who. Ciani, actually, I think he has really good defensive metrics that, like, the Yankees. Like, I had like an head tilt when you said Ciani, because I was like, oh shoot, like I could see the Yankees
Like
just
a
loving
Castro-esque?
I believe he's optionable, so they can keep him in AAA if they want to. He just was a 40-man casualty on the Angels, I believe they claimed him from. Where, like, Luciano could get cut next week very easily. Not that Ciani can't, but
Yeah, Ciani's got a bad case on offense.
Yep.
But he's from Pennsylvania, so he's okay with the cold.
Okay.
Ciani.
Dude, should this episode have been when we do a fake recap for a series in the future?
We could do that. We still got a
Snow
little time
day.
coming up, man.
I want everyone to know that I stink right now.
Really, your shovel stink.
I've been outside shoveling and building igloos all day.
Yeah. Are the kids helping with the igloo? Because it looks like you've got a good base.
Did you see the final? It's badass.
I haven't.
James helped. It's 2 rooms with a tunnel that connects them.
Love that.
I think I put a video of it on my story.
I saw the bricks. I saw the bricks that you got to the point of like needing a dome structure to cover it, but you had an amazing foundation.
If you go to my Insta story, you can see the tunnel,
Okay.
and the other section has half a roof. That was good wind blockage.
Who was that holding their bunny right at the end?
That was Claire. She lasts about, on average, and I'm going to be honest here and real. On average, I'd say she lasts about 3 minutes outside. And it takes, on average, 10 minutes to get her dressed to go outside.
Yeah, that's tough.
Katie will pass her to me, and I'll be like, all right, just like be nearby.
Right.
She doesn't
Coming
like
back.
this. Yeah, she doesn't like it at all.
Ball's in, coming down.
It was bad. It was bad packing snow. Couldn't
Too
make a
light?
snowball or snowman. Very light, but then
Yeah.
a frozen section on the top because of the sleet. So the old Inuit way of getting
Right.
cutting bricks. So James and I had a snow knife, and we were like cutting bricks, and he was helping me and putting them on there.
It's good,
It was good.
but you stink.
I smell bad. I was going to shower, and you texted me about this, and I said, oh my God. I also looked at Slack and saw like a ton of things. I was like, oh my God, people are working today.
Yeah, we're bad at work from home, but it was kind of a work from home day. You didn't look smelly, but now that you said it, you look a little smelly.
I mean, I slept in this shirt last night.
Okay, yeah,
It's my big sleep shirt.
yeah.
Woke up, put on the snow gear. Literally, it's 4:00 now. I went outside at 8 a.m. I came inside at 3.
Out the whole time?
One stop for lunch, like a half-hour break for lunch.
Wow.
Dude, this snow is bitch to shovel. It might have forced me
Okay.
to get a snowblower. All my neighbors have snowblowers.
Nice.
I saw my other neighbor across the street out there for like 2 hours, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be in it.
Snowblower would be a good gear for you, I think.
Yeah, I do the neighbor. Our neighbors does ours sometimes, so I was also kind of like hoping
Right.
he'd do ours. He didn't, though.
Claire, go outside and cry a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm
Daddy, come inside.
I'm so sad. I think we should do. Oh, you mentioned the Skubal trade package, right? Or I don't know if we said names.
Yeah, Schlittler, I did. Schlittler, Ben Rice, and Lombard. Because the Tigers are still looking to win now.
Right.
So they want win now players, but the Yankees also looking to win now.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple things. Yeah, there's a couple things I want to talk about with that. The report is in, I guess correct me if I'm wrong, it said the Tigers asked for, which the further and further we've gotten into MLB and how these people operate, they operate in a fake world, and like they literally are the people in your fantasy league you hate to trade with.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't open with like, hey, this is kind of fair. Do you guys want to do this? They literally open with aim for the moon because if it happens, they're a genius. So like that isn't the real asking price for Tarik Skubal. That is what the Tigers asked for.
True.
I do think, and I've been pretty hot to trot on this on Talking Baseball, and you know I don't like to use that phrase unless I mean it.
Usually you go in H to T.
That I have been saying on Talking Baseball from the start that I don't think Skubal gets traded because I think there's going to be a gap between how teams look at 1 year of Skubal and how the Tigers look at 1 year of Skubal while trying to compete. Like it doesn't make sense that, okay, if you're paying for one impact year of 7 WAR Cy Young Skubal and higher talent is higher talent, well, how do you measure that with like Will Warren and Ben Rice? Because I don't think the Yankees would do that. And like maybe other fan bases would tune in to being like, dude, you trade Ben Rice and Will Warren for Tarik Skubal, and I'd be like, what accent is that? Let's grab a beer. And then like for the Yankees think Ben Rice is what his baseball savant page is, and I really hope they're right. And like you said with Will Warren, there's some things you could really dream on for like 5 years. So the Skubal thing with the Tigers trying to compete just has never made sense to me. And another kind of important detail is they're currently $10 million off in his arbitration hearings. That also needs to be figured out. So yeah, that's all I had to say about that.
Arbitration hearing has to be finalized before they trade him.
Yeah, or like if you have a relationship with his agent, it's like, hey, we want to get the trade done. Would you sign for $27 million? I don't know.
Can that be reopened?
I think they can do it until like the final second, right?
I think they technically can agree.
Yeah.
They can agree anytime, but if it goes to a hearing, it just can only be one of the two numbers they filed a week or two ago.
Once it gets to the hearing. But yeah, there's all those stories that like literally right before they'll be like, what about this? And then they do it.
Do you think they're going to do anything? This is the part of the show where we say no.
This is the part of the show we thought we were going to land on. Do I think the Yankees are going to do anything? I think I would really like a bullpen piece. And that's kind of BBD in our notes did highlight that. And I mean, the catcher thing is going to irk all of us, but we mentioned Jose Trevino before. Like, they could wait till that final day of the season, although I feel like catcher depth has gotten even worse every time we've done this exercise. The only thing that stands out to me right now is Jason Dominguez. Spencer Jones is off the top 100 list. I feel like Yankee fans should know that, which that's not a great sign. That Dominguez is the only thing that it's either like day one of spring training, we're going to hear about Stanton's tennis elbow again, and then that's it. And Dominguez is like the DH for the first 2 months. Or I think if there's a trade that makes sense with Jason Dominguez, you have your outfield that was the best outfield in baseball last year. Obviously, Judge pulls a lot of the lumber there, but Trent and Belly were very good. That if there is a trade that can be done to upgrade at a position or a starting pitcher, I have to feel like the Yankees are fielding those calls, but they also, I think they like their team.
I think they like their team too. The more that like people talk about, because I saw people talking about Suarez, Eugenio Suarez, and like, yeah, he's a bat, they didn't even want him last year. We found out after the fact because they worry about the defense so much with Max Fried and all these pitchers that get weak contact, which I guess makes sense. And then the more people are talking about third base, not just McMahon, like, no, it's a McMahon Rosario platoon. You're like, all right. I think that's a little better. Like, I don't know. On Spencer Jones, pretty nuts. He had a great year. Numbers wise, right? I mean, in Double A and Triple A, 35 home runs, and all of his slash line looks good. 274 batting average, 362 on base, 571 slug. Those are all great positions to be. But 179 strikeouts.
Yeah.
So,
and if you're
just that,
if you're striking out that much at that level, I think it rarely translates. So
yeah, because the way they talk about it now, the jump to the big leagues for AAA is bigger than it's ever been. Is how they discuss it.
Yeah, and hey, Spencer Jones, like we talked about, they don't have baseball figured out yet. So maybe he is a guy that contributes at the major league level and strikes out a lot, or the teacher man lessons start paying off. But yeah, I think it's I don't know. I guess I've started doing more of a head tilt because I think there were we might have even done some of it when Turturro was in office, but we've talked about Jones and Dominguez seems a little redundant, and if Jones can play center field, he's probably a more valuable asset than Dominguez, but he also might not be able to hit it all at the major league level. So I don't know, man.
Me neither. Who do the Yankees have at catcher? I know they just picked up Ali Sanchez.
Yeah. Wells and Escara.
Wells Escara.
Okay, but I haven't heard about their AAA guys. Peyton Henry.
Peahen?
That's kind of part
Abraham,
of the story. Is they sold the guys at the deadline last year that would have been the AAA actual prospects this year.
Yeah, so they just brought in 3 new AAA catchers. They signed Peyton Henry as a free agent in December of 2025. Didn't hear about that. And then they picked up a Rule 5 catcher. How come no one's... I thought only Cade Winquist was the Rule 5 guy. Says here we've got Abraham Gutierrez, and he's our Rule 5 catcher.
Minor league phase.
Minor league. Rule 5.
That's why. From the Athletics.
Yeah,
they're all righty.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Jimbo. If I'm one of the catchers who's still a free agent, which there's a couple, the Yankees are a nice landing spot, but that's a bad sign. Elias Diaz, Vasquez, Jonah Heim, Tom Murphy.
I believe Riley Adams was DFA'd last week. Don't think there's been a pickup update yet on him.
But I don't know. Again, it sometimes feels like we wander away from. This is supposed to be talking Yanks, not talking Rocks. That I don't know.
So you don't want me to talk about Engulf Urena?
I saw that name and I thought it might get brought up.
Well, I like that overall. He's ranked 840th.
I think that's in the minor leagues too, which that's.
Well, that's higher than every other catcher in the system who's unranked.
Right.
So that kind of actually makes their rankings look even worse.
Yeah. Huh. Yorbit Vivas is out of options. So that could be a transaction.
We have a catcher named Carlos Rondon. Did you see that?
I do.
Rookie ball. They need to take a picture together at camp.
We need to ask Rodon about that. Or Rondon.
He's 19.9 years old.
Venezuelan.
Carlos Rondon. When you Google him, it says, here's Carlos Rodon. He's from Venezuela. February 16th birthday. So start of spring. And he tore up
Okay.
whatever league this is.
It's like Dominican Summer League.
Yes.
Dominican Summer League. So bump him up just for the picture of Carlos Rodon and Carlos Rondon. How do you think you would say that, like with a Venezuelan accent? Rondon? That sounds so like.
I think there was a reliever that had that last name. Rondon.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
I think that makes sense.
There's been a lot of baseball players with that last name. Usually they have the tilde on the second O, which helps everybody out.
And that just helps everyone out.
Hector Rondon, Jose Rondon, Angel Rondon, Bruce Rondon, Jorge Rondon, Gil Rondon. Okay, should we name more minor leaguers?
Yeah, I have a couple final notes.
Hans Montero.
I was going to say the longest name in the Yankees minor league system, Bryce Martin Grudzelanek. Martin hyphen Grudzelanek.
Mark Grudzelanik's son.
It would make sense.
Drafted last year.
Is Martin his mother's name? Is that
yeah, I believe she.
That's
I'm
nice.
blanking on the sport, but she was also a standout athlete of some kind, obviously.
Love that for them.
Okay, I'll try to find the shortest name.
And then I went over loser baseball. Jake wants to dip his toe back in the water a little bit. You mentioned they picked up Marco Luciano. He was, and again, for all you prospect lovers out there, at one point he was a top 10 prospect. He's still 24 years old. But yeah, he got called up to the majors in 2023, and now the Giants have moved on from him, and he's out of options. So I don't know if you're really looking for spring training loser stuff. He's the kind of guy that if he has a good camp, you'll be like, oh yeah, he was a top prospect, and he plays some positions. He could be off the team.
I heard the Talkin Yanks guys talk about this guy.
Now, what accent was that? Was that the same one?
No, that was a different guy.
That was a different guy.
Yeah. He was older.
He sounded a little older.
Yeah.
But he appreciates what we do, which is nice.
You'll like
I
this.
found I found two Yankees prospects who have 7-letter first last names.
Okay.
One, you guys should be familiar with. His first name is Ben and his last name is Hess.
Ben Hess.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next one,
that one,
battling him out, is a player named Rory Fox.
Wow. Feels cool.
Good name.
Yeah. Is Rory a name that's short for anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah. His middle name's Owen, so is Ralph.
We might have to check out a low A game series. Rory Fox and Pico Cone in the rotation.
Fox and Cone. He's from South Bend.
Okay.
Bats left, throws right. Played for Notre Dame. All right.
The Yankees are Luciano's fourth org of the offseason, so
sheesh.
He's been riding the waivers.
Damn, that's crazy.
Giants DFA.
How many
Pirates
days until
DFA,
spring
Orioles
training?
DFA.
Great question, Jim. We got to be on like 2 weeks.
How are we going to fill the next?
Well, I think we need to report on
episodes. If the Yankees really don't do anything, yeah.
Report on a future series.
We'll do Twitter questions one day. Probably Thursday.
Twitter cues. I feel like I just had something else. The surprise trade they're gonna make. That's gonna be pretty cool.
I think it's gonna be underwhelming, but work out.
Pitchers and catchers report February 11th.
Nice. When do we report? February 14th? 13th?
I think 13th.
Rumors.
Something like that.
So 16
Congrats on
days
your
to open.
Broncos. get an early rest for next season.
Yeah. I got a little sad. Kind of sad.
Why'd you get sad? Because it was a boring game?
Pretty sad.
I got sad because I like them. And then I just it was a slow death. Like it was as slow of a death as you could have that I just started slunking a little further and further. And then I got mad that they lost, end of the day. Cause I talked about this on Wake and Jake a little bit. You go into the game with your backup quarterback and you're like, there's a chance we lose today. But the only touchdown the Patriots scored was on his backwards chest pass. That if that play doesn't happen, they probably win. So then I got kind of mad.
Yeah, he was the reason they lost.
No, don't say that. That's not a football mentality.
He did 3 shovel passes to no one.
Yeah,
which I hadn't seen before.
Yeah,
that was a
little European.
That was his chest pass to no one. K-Love to the sidelines. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it did cost them. It did lead to the 1 touchdown the Patriots scored. 4 missed field goals. That game stunk, dude. I watched it.
Yes, snow. We're simple creatures.
But snow should make games fun, not boring. The Pats just, once they got up, they just bored it.
Yeah, they kind of were just torturing the Broncos.
Yeah.
The block field goal was kind of cool if I was rooting for the other team. Tipped field goal.
Yeah, but it wasn't even in the moment. They showed the replays, and then they're like, oh, look, there you go. It got tipped. It wasn't a big block
right
in the moment reaction, at least not in my household.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the slunking sadness I talked about. Everything had some slunk to it.
It's true.
The kick
now
was
we've
blocked,
talked football.
But it kind of wasn't.
I didn't watch the next game, but Trev also sad. He was there.
He said they ended up having a nice flight back, so.
What a life.
What a life.
His little mustache.
Yeah. Genuinely thinks he's going to live to 120, so I don't know. Next time you chat with him.
Trev thinks he's going to live to 120 years old?
He says 111, absolute minimum. He's hoping for 150.
Tell him to read Tuck Everlasting. It's a burden.
I don't know if I'm going to do that. He believes in modern medicine. I don't know.
Sure. Okay. Well, it's been real talking Yanks.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do much.
Probably not.
I think we gotta
work on the margins.
Do some stunt in the next couple of weeks to make an episode worthwhile. Maybe I'll blow my foot up or something.
Ooh,
okay.
A replica.
Joe's could have his next injury that we decide.
It's true.
I'll text him now. Joe's. Hope you're having a good cruise.
All right. I'm gonna go look at my igloo.
Good luck. Send more pics.
I'll send you some more pics. It's a good igloo. I'm not gonna roof it because they're too little. Okay, guys. I'm not putting a roof on it because I feel like they might get hurt if it collapses.
Oh, okay.
They don't even know how to I put the tarp on it, and how many times they stood up and knocked the tarp was 2 times. 2 times that happened.
Happened twice.
I was like, come on.
Come on.
All right. Go Yanks. Tell them Grams.
Go Yankees.